Far away in the Milky Way galaxy, there is a hero.
Good morning, Galatea.
Taking on an entire planet, equipped with an advanced Mechsuit. She lives among the aliens, fighting for her survival and for the entire human race.
Let's use science to bring peace back to this planet.
But a new threat has awakened. An abomination from beyond time.
Ashley, we have to investigate this.
Now, the technology is not on their side.
What is that thing?
One woman. One machine. All hero.
Let's kick some space out.
In a world filled to the brim with thousands of aliens, unleashing insane amounts of firepower to annihilate even more space aliens that are aliens to the original aliens. They will invent new ways to build even bigger bases with even more overpowered guns to bring back peace to the world that used to be peaceful before they arrived. From the makers of the Riftbreaker comes the Riftbreaker, Metal Terror.
Welcome to Tacticon, to another DevTALK. This time we have on my side the one and only, the amazing Piotr. And Piotr, who are you and what is Riftbreaker?
Hi, I am Piotr. My name is kind of difficult to pronounce for some people, but you can say Peter, it's fine. I am a community manager at XOR Studios, and we at XOR are a group of nerds. There are 15 of us, and we make games that we like. And the game that we wanted to make this time was the Riftbreaker, and the Riftbreaker is, you know, the result of the games that we played at the time when we were starting a new project, and those games were Factorio, They Are Billions, Helldivers, Alienation, and you can find elements of all of them in the Riftbreaker. It's a really fast-paced tower defense, colony sim, but you can name it in a lot of ways. There are a lot of elements to this game, but I think that you can sum it up in the quickest way if you say that Factorio meets Diablo. A lot of building, a lot of slashing.
What? Factorio meets Diablo? That is an amazing comparison, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's very easy to you know, visualize in your head once you say those buzzwords.
I mean, of course, we always try to find something to relate to or put things into, like, labels on it, and, like, it's like that, it's strategy, it's shooter, it's FPS, it's that and that. But I like it when creators and developers are getting, you know, out of the box and just create something where it's hard to put a label on it. It's just, like, a mix of ideas and new, daring things and just cool stuff.
It's usually
yeah?
It's usually the way we do it. I mean, we always want to go a little bit ahead of the competition, a little bit ahead of everyone else, because, you know, the gaming market is so saturated these days. You need to get attention somehow, and when you get attention, you can really show that your idea is really interesting, that it has value for people, you know. It's a lot of variables coming together.
I agree to that. I agree to that. You have to, like, work on standing out. Talking of standing out, what is the lore behind it? Like, what is the world of Riftbreaker? Where do you place it? Do you have a main character? Is there some crazy story going on? Tell us more about that.
Okay, so the story of the Riftbreaker takes place in a near distant future. Let's say it's in the future. We don't set any dates because, you know, it's for everyone to guess. when it takes place. You are a Riftbreaker, and you are a part of this very specialized commando slash scientist squad whose job it is to use interplanetary rifts to jump to worlds that can be potentially inhabited by humans.
Oh.
And you do this on your own. The rift is only one way, so you take the jump, and then you have to figure out how to open a two-way portal back home.
Oh, I see. So you're like send it out to find something more habitable or another planet that is habitable, deal with whatever tackles you there, and then find a way to go back home.
Yes, to go back home and get colonists to come to this planet and do what we do best, so exploiting everything and leaving the world a barren wasteland.
Is that how far it goes? Like, can you completely obliterate the planet and exploit every material?
Not yet, but you know, we have far-reaching plans. The Riftbreaker has been out for like a year, but we are still working on it, developing it, adding new features, and maybe by the time we're done with it, it's going to come to that.
Ooh, that sounds amazing. Talking about being in production already since a year, what current state is it? Do we have early access to it? Do we have demo access to it? Can we?
The game has been out in full release for a year. We've been working on it for 5 years.
I see.
Our model is to skip the early access phase and deliver a game that's of satisfying quality to us, and we have quite high standards. The way we expand on the game is by releasing expansion packs, and we do it in a way that gives value to all players. So, for example, we released the full game in October, and it featured like a campaign mode and a survival mode. The campaign can be played for dozens of hours. It's very open-ended, and depending on your playstyle, it can take you from anywhere between 10 to 80 hours. That just depends on you, how fast you want to play.
10 is like
we have
speedrunning?
Actually, the speedrun record is 2 hours, and I have no idea how people managed to beat the game in 2 hours. But that happened. But yeah, it's generally going just the main missions and not exploring all the maps that you visit. But yeah, we have survival mode, which is like more bite-sized. You have an hour and a half to basically do everything that you do in campaign, just a little simplified and with more combat. So the way we expand on this is we release bigger packs. Like, for example, in July we released Metal Terror, which is a new biome with new enemies, with new missions. And the way we want to give back to our community who supported us from day one is we release all the content of the expansions for free. So when we release an expansion, it goes to everyone, so that modders can use all the assets, people can play new survival maps, and the only thing that we charge for is the additional part of the story campaign. So if you wanna experience the new part of campaign, then you can buy the DLC, but everyone else gets the base content. So that's how we how it's worked for us so far, and we're really happy with the response, because everyone loves getting new stuff from time to time, and we plan to continue on it. So currently on our roadmap we have expanding the main campaign even further. We have another world expansion coming up, and also adding support for things like mods and multiplayer, because everyone has wanted us to implement multiplayer. We have been trying to, set the expectations, tone down the expectations, because we knew it was going to be very hard. But eventually we gave in, and we are working on co-op multiplayer mode.
Well, talking also about now, since we talk about multiplayer, I guess it's already super difficult for one player to, well, balance the whole mechanics that play together. I don't want to imagine how it is then for two player to balance it out and make it like fun, and instead of just, well, double the damage, double the insects or creatures spawning, and it's two players, they're fine.
Yeah, it's very difficult. Both technical side and the design side are completely different when it comes to designing multiplayer and single player. We have actually not done a lot of design yet because we want to get all the technical stuff first. And we already have the game working on 2 PCs, you know. We are working on bringing all the performance because, you know, the game is very heavy on your CPU. There are hundreds of thousands of creatures attacking you. There are hundreds of buildings in your base, and your CPU needs to calculate everything. So when you add another player into the mix, then suddenly you get more variables, and it's very difficult to get everything to work right. So we are focusing on that first. Then we are going to decide if double health, double damage, is that enough? Is that enough? Well, we'll see. Maybe it is. I'm not saying no. But I doubt it.
I'm curious to see where the journey goes from there. And also, that's a nice concept that you mentioned, that you are giving access to all the assets to everybody and to play along, and have access for the modders out there, and then only for those who are either want to support you, grab it as a paid DLC, or those who are interested in the work and effort for the ongoing story. That is an interesting concept. I don't think I've seen such a concept somewhere, but definitely a nice approach. And I can only imagine that the feedback and the response was positive from the audience playing it. Further on, what I'm interested in is where comes the inspiration and why this kind of sci-fi rift jumper Mechsuit vibe is going on. Where comes that idea of it? Where comes the inspiration for that?
We generally love games where you can explode a lot of stuff and destroy a lot of stuff. Our previous game, X-Morph Defense, was a tower defense game where you could just raise entire cities to the ground because your role was an alien invader. You were an alien invading Earth, and that in general allowed us to give you the power to destroy skyscrapers, play around with physics a lot. And going into this project, we wanted something similar, with similar amount of destruction and effects going on, but in a different setting. So having a giant army facing an extremely powerful mech was the right way. We are in general great fans of works of art that are Michael Bay movies. Don't at me, they are art in my opinion. So, you know, if it resembles a Michael Bay movie, then we have succeeded. That's the inspiration.
That sounds really hilarious. You said also that you want to give the assets to modding community. Is modding already a thing? Is it already present? Or are you guys working on an modding tool that everybody can use and then like easily come up with things using that tool?
Modding has been a thing even when our pre-alpha version dropped. Actually, when we dropped our demo first on the first ever Steam Next festival. It wasn't called Steam Next back then. And the demo got to around 60,000 people, which saw a lot of growth in our Discord. And on our Discord, people started figuring out, hey, what's the way that I can expand my experience while using the limited assets that Xor Studios gave me? And one person managed to hack the Prologue, the demo version of the game, into thinking that it's a fully fledged survival mode game, and the first mod ever was just a hack that allowed you to play survival in a very limited demo. And instead of spending, 30 minutes trying out the game and trying to figure out, hey, do I like this? Do I want to keep on? Do I want to follow this game, follow its development, and maybe buy it later? People spent hundreds of hours playing a very limited survival. So that was very exciting, especially since
cool.
Exor Studios started as a modding group.
What was the first mod
yeah,
you guys made?
The first mods that we made were maps for Unreal and StarCraft. It was back in 2003 and our first big mod was one of the first 5 mods that were ever published on Steam. It was called Diprip, Die in Pain, Rest in Peace. A Half-Life 2 conversion where which was focused on deathmatch multiplayer, and you drove cars around a post-apocalyptic world and fought each other. And it was a really big hit back then, Not a lot of stuff actually being published on Steam. 2007, I think, was. So a lot of people picked that up, and it kind of, just started rolling from there. So that's how we started, and we want to give back to the community that gave us our first game development experience, and we support modding very much. We have released a full range of our editing tools, our game editors that we use to create the Riftbreaker. They are available on our GitHub, they are available on Steam, so everyone who has the game can try and make mods on their own. And we are also working currently on integrating some kind of platform into the game that will allow you to upload and download mods from users without ever going to any kind of Steam Workshop or Mod.io, Nexus Mods. We want everyone to just have an in-game browser, one click, I download the mod. Yeah, so we are looking forward to that very much because people have been ingenious with the things that they've done. There were some things that we dropped during development because we thought, hey, this is impossible to do, or it's very expensive to do, and we will never make it on time. And then a modder comes and does the thing because they don't know it's impossible. And yeah, we get humbled a lot.
That's kind of was my next question. If there was a fingerprint in the game that is they're present because of the community and because of modders or people, let's just say, break things or make things that are impossible possible because they just don't know that it is. Is there something present right now in the game that's like, this is because the community did this and that?
Yes, we have a mission where you are on a desert and you are surveying the area, and there is very high solar activity, and your Mechsuit takes damage because of the sun.
Okay.
And we thought, hey, it would be very cool if you could hide in the shadows and not take damage because you're shielded from the sun. But we thought, this is going to be impossible because so many calculations. Then along comes one guy and says, hey guys, can you just run a ray trace from the light source to the mech? Just one ray trace and see if it hits, you take damage. If it doesn't, then you are in the shadows and therefore you don't take damage. And we're like, no, this will never work. Oh, it will. And he just showed us his concept. And we're like, motherfucker, that's really clever. Yeah. So it's in the game now.
Oh, that's amazing. That's a very cool community imprint from a fan of the game who just comes along and creates shadow protection instead of getting damaged by
exactly. And sometimes you just need a fresh pair of eyes to take a look at something, and suddenly impossible becomes possible. That's why we love our modders, we love our modding community, and we want to give them as much power as we can because we know that cool stuff is going to happen thanks to that.
That sounds freaking fantastic. I love it. I love it. Let's pedal back a little bit. You start a game, Riftbreaker. What kind of mechanics can you as a player, and for those who are watching this and don't know what Riftbreaker is, expect? You said tower defense. You said hack and slash Diablo. How do you play it? Like, what do you do as a player?
So the first things first. Before you start hacking and slashing, you need to start some kind of infrastructure. You need to create ammo, weapons, and stuff. So you set up your headquarters. Your headquarters is your home. That's going to be your base of operations. If you get destroyed, you respawn in headquarters. It's a very important building. Then you need to start supplying your soon to become a base with power. So you build all kinds of power plants, for example solar panels or wind turbines, and start amassing energy. That energy can be spent to run all the logistics of your base for you. So you don't have to mine manually. You create factories that are going to mine out minerals for you. And then with those minerals, you can create armories that will produce ammo, then you can craft new weapons, and your base starts growing. And as it starts growing, it starts attracting creatures, because they don't like your presence on their beautiful planet, and they start attacking you. So naturally, you start building walls and towers, and it spirals out of control, leading to nuclear warfare.
Actually, like, really? They're just like, okay, screw that. You just nuke the planet.
Yeah, you can just start nuking stuff. Yeah, it's within the realm of possibility. It is encouraged.
Is it encouraged? Okay. It's so funny. What is the you said there's like story arcs and story packages to follow. Now with the nuking part, I guess this is more part of the survival thing, or does the storyline also goes into that direction of well, we're doomed, this damn planet is doomed, screw the Mechsuit, just build a nuclear bomb in it and throw it into the
I don't want to spoil too much. You know, nuking is just a part of the process. The end goal is always getting back home, you know, opening a portal back home and letting people come and run industrial scale operations on this planet. Because what you are doing is just a couple of bases here and there, and it's not really that much. But at one point in the story, you get a decision whether you want to allow your brethren to ravage the planet, or maybe you want to go a little more eco-friendly and start taking care of the environment. So there is a way of doing things a different way.
I'm intrigued. Here. Well, with no further ado, I think best would be we hop into the game and show it off.
Naturally, I mean, I'm more than excited to see you play.
Oh, we're so gonna die.
Probably many times, but it's the part of the process, and dying can be fun in this game because you
definitely
explode when you die, and explosions are cool.
Definitely. You said it's super taxing on the PC. I have a 2080 Ti. I mean, it has to handle also the streaming over here and also the streaming towards the
GPU is fine. Just make sure to turn on VSync because the game will, it's going to use up as much resources as it can. So VSync will keep your frames in check and your GPU will be fine. What CPU have you got?
We got... Oh, I have to check that. I don't know the numbers again.
Because it's the CPU that...
It's fairly new built PC. It's what are you, 1 year old? Something like that.
Then you should be okay.
So good. Oh, I like the tunes already. So audio should be fine. Let me know if we should turn it up or not. And let's hop over to Riftbreaker. In terms of the UI, where should I put the Riftbreaker title on the overlay?
I guess that if you put it on top, it won't obstruct anything. So, yeah, I guess top is fine.
Good. Good, good, good. So, should we go into the prologue, or do you guide us through and we hop right into the campaign?
I think that prologue is a good starting point. So we can go into prologue and then we can start a survival run because, you know, campaign, it's a little bit slower. It's more of a guided experience. But if you really want to show off some stuff, then yeah, first prologue, then survival.
I see, I see. Planet Galatea. Look at the graphics.
Riftbreaker Ashley reporting successful jump procedure.
Okay, we play female protagonists.
Yes, her name is Ashley Nowak. She's a Polish born citizen of planet Earth because, you know, and she's of Polish descent, maybe, because, you know, in the future, it's just one nation. Everyone under one banner, planet Earth.
Ooh, look at that. So these little cubes are building for me?
Houston,
Yes, those are printers.
So it's like a fast-paced 3D printer.
Exactly.
Oh, what an intro! Lovely. So what are the antagonists here? Who are we fighting against in terms of, you know, when the planet doesn't like our presence there anymore? Or is it different kinds of species of aliens? Do they have different kind of a hierarchy, different skills, different...
Yes, there are different species of animals. Each biome that you visit in the game has their own set of creatures that are going to come after you. Not all creatures are hostile. Some of them are going to be perfectly happy to ignore you as long as you ignore them and allow them to do their thing. And yeah, in general, it's all kinds of creatures, big, small, medium-sized. And
Sensors online.
you're going to have to find a way to
Riftbreaker Novak, please report.
exploit their weaknesses because each of them has their own sets of attacks, their own abilities, and the way you during gameplay you just find out about these and learn new tactics.
It will allow me
I
to
see, I see.
reconstruct if my armor is destroyed.
Oh, look at them. They're running away. That's when they do manage. They are friendly. Oh!
Yes, but not all of them.
Wow! Look at this carnage, and the little bugs are eating on the corpses.
Yes, yes. That's a little touch that we decided was really necessary to just highlight that the planet lives and it has its own ecosystem. You know, there are birds flying around, there are little scavengers picking up the corpses after you're done with things, and yeah, it all fits really well.
Let's place it close to a carbonium deposit. This will help us speed up resource production.
I see. Close to carbonium deposits. She wants us to build that. And that is the headquarters. It's just one tile?
No, it is not. When you select the headquarters in the building menu, you will see the ghost of the building. And there we go. It's much bigger.
HQ construction in progress. Sometimes I wish we could.
Oh, that's
The
beautiful.
building cubes. Yeah, the building cubes are going to take care of everything for you.
Even though this is a simulated training
Off you go, little
you are
things.
expected to perform as if it was
Oh,
your
you can
real
even kill
mission
them.
on Galatea 37.
Yes, of course. I mean, why wouldn't you? It's
A carbonium factory to do the digging.
it's just something to give the player, you know, a way to amuse themselves when you're in downtime, you know? Nothing's happening, well, let's just go off and hunt for some animal biomass. Let's call it animal biomass.
I love it. Chad, this is also a chance to live Q&A with the developer. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. We have here, somebody asked, Starship Troopers?
Huge amounts of power to operate.
Yes, we are doing our part.
Construct some
Exactly.
basic power plants, wind turbines, and carbonium.
Alright, so now you have a factory, but it's not working
turbines
yet.
are less
You need to
effective,
connect it
but
to
they
power,
work
and
around
there
the
are
clock.
many ways to
Carbonium
generate
power
power.
plants are
For
very
now, I would
effective,
recommend
but
going
they
with some
use up
wind
the deposits
turbines.
that they are
Just
placed
build a
on.
couple, and that will generate power for you, you know, in a passive way that's not it's not going to be affected by day and night cycle, because there is a day and night cycle, and solar panels obviously do not work well at night.
Oh, I love the carnage and destruction and how beautifully even the shrooms are falling apart.
It takes a lot of effort actually, because when we create props, you need to create the complete model, and then you have to cut it into pieces, and each of those pieces is a physically simulated object, and it has its own properties like, you know, weight and collisions. So yeah, exactly, connect your facilities with power connectors,
and now we get
there
automatic.
you go. Your first factory is working and mining carbonium for you. You know, you can always place more of these, because then you will speed up the process.
Of course,
That will require more power, so you will need more power generators. But in general, this is the core loop of the game. You know, you create stuff that needs power, you build new sources of power, and you start looking for more resources to generate to speed up your economy even more.
We all know your renowned scientific background, but your combat performance in the previous
amazing.
simulation was far from
Center Rage Quit
spectacular.
likes, this looks like an interesting game. Is co-op plans? I mean, we had that talk just previously, and yes, they are working on it, but do we have an ETA? Do you think you could say such a thing?
We'll see what
When
your
it might
area of expertise
see the
really
surface?
is.
First of all, Senor Rage Quit is a massive troll, and I love him. And yeah, we have been planning to release co-op version by the end of the year. It's not looking likely at the moment because there is still a lot to do. But we think that in a couple of months we are going to have some playable version, probably in the form of an open or closed beta, or maybe both, you know, we'll see what happens. But in general, we want to have something playable that the community can try out in a couple of months. And co-op, when it arrives, it will arrive as a free update for everyone as well.
There you heard it, Chan. Is there any plan on DEC and Linux compatibility? Stream Deck?
Yes, the game actually does work on Steam Deck, and it runs pretty well, but it still has some issues that mean that we don't have that verified...
Sorry.
I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Yeah, so there are a couple of things that we need to still figure out when it comes to Steam Deck. It's on our list. We are actively working towards getting verified, and it's going to happen. And when it comes to Linux, well, Steam Deck runs on a modified version of Linux, and it uses Proton to achieve compatibility with other games, with Windows games. And yeah, while we are not going to be actively supporting Linux, when it works well on Steam Deck, there is a decent chance that it's going to work on other versions of Proton as well. So it's not out of the question that it's going to work.
So let's have a little bit of a defense go. Whoa, my goodness! Meteor's crashing down. Okay. Can that hit your base as well?
It can't. It's just a visual gimmick to make you feel like you are in a very active region of space.
I see.
You are absolutely safe when it comes to that. However, there are some comets that do crash on the map. They bring new resources to you, and it's possible to catch one with your face. It's a very popular pastime on our Discord, discord.gg/extrastudios. Shameless plug. And yeah, the effects are pretty spectacular. Everything burns, and
I mean, the whole
you know,
graphics and how it looks, the shader play, the fact that everything is super dark around you, depending on where you shine with your lights. And then also even the animals, the critters, react to the lights, apparently. And wow. Well,
the game runs on our own engine. It's something that we've been working with. We call it the Schmetterling engine.
The Schmetterling engine, nice.
Yes, because, well, there are two stories behind this. The first one is that, you know, Schmetterling means butterfly in German, basically. And the official story is that we decided that we should call this engine Schmetterling because it's lightweight and beautiful, just like a butterfly. But the real reason why it's called Schmetterling is because one of the programmers said, funny word, and that's the result.
I see. So the armory, what does that do? It builds for us automatically
the armory,
ammunition.
Yes, it will produce ammunition for you, also consumables like repair kits and landmines and grenades. You want one. You definitely want one.
Good. We want also a rift portal.
Yes, portals are great because they can teleport you instantly to any place on the map. So the way this works is you only set up portals as exits from the Rift, Rift network, let's say. You enter your map using the tab key, and then you are going to see all the portals you can teleport to. And from any place on the map, just click one that you want to go to, and you are transported there immediately. It helps a lot with base defense, and it helps a lot with managing the base, which grows very, very quickly.
I can see, especially with these automatic
AI cores to support any more defensive towers. You will need to construct additional AI hubs to expand our defenses.
Oh, the suit is talking with me.
Yes, it has its own character. It's going to tell you when you are doing something potentially dangerous, and it will advise you to, consider safer options at times.
That's about here for building some energy storage. So what is the go-to strategy or advice as a new player hitting this game?
Well, economy is key. Even though it's a game about fighting and setting up defenses, you really need to have a very stable economy to support everything. Because your base is going to get easily destroyed if it runs out of power. And a lot of stuff can happen that will affect your power grid. You can, for example, experience periods of heavy wind that's going to boost your wind turbines. But then there are periods with no wind at all, so your wind turbines are useless. So if you want to have a buffer, you need to store some energy or have some alternative energy sources available. So yes, there is a lot to consider, but yeah, build a strong economy and then move forward. If you have a strong economy, then even if an attack destroys one of your outposts, you can easily rebuild it and pick it up from there. But without a strong economy, you're kind of done.
So basically, try to find a sweet spot in between all that you're doing.
Yes, don't focus just on, killing beautiful animals that are in no way, shape, or form threatening you. Just focus on, on your job, building a base, setting up a colony for humans to arrive and exploit all the materials that are on this planet.
Can you take away things like sell tools? The razor. Like, can I sell all this, what I built here, and use
Yes,
the materials?
yes, you can. The shortcut for that is F key, and
Oh, that one.
you can, yes. You can also, with the mouse scroll, you can change the size of this cursor. That's something that, yeah, you can mass sell, mass repair, mass upgrade buildings. It's something that we didn't have for a very long time, but our community really wanted the option to do so. So, yeah, after trying to avoid the topic for ages, we suddenly just decided, yeah, let's do this. So, everyone's happy now.
There we go. Now, apparently we have even enough energy. Can I see somewhere how much energy usage I have if I produce... Yeah, it's top right.
Yes, top right.
Carbonium power plants. Must be placed at the
Yes,
top of
carbonium power plant must be placed on carbonium. And it's going to just burn the carbonium that is underneath and produce energy from that.
I see. Well, let's... Whoa, I see. We have some dashing as well.
Yep, there are a couple of movement skills that you can use.
Good. So far, so good. Do I have to go and pick up ammo, or does it automatically come to my suit?
It automatically comes into your suit. We say that we have been inspired by Factorio a lot, but we didn't want to copy them one-to-one. So all the logistics is pretty much simplified. All the stuff gets transported automatically. The only thing you need to take care of is connecting buildings to power. And that's everything. Everything else happens automatically. So transporting resources from buildings to storage, transporting ammo to your Mechsuit, it will all happen automatically. You can place a portal here to not to have to run back and forth.
That's true. Let's do that so, and let's build a little bit of a grid around it. Not too big one. Go out, little robots! Wait, it said that it couldn't hold any turrets anymore. Can I see somewhere how much usage the AI
yes,
having?
it's the top right corner, the icon with the processor. That's AI cores, and you can expand your AI core capacity by building AI hubs. They are in the defense building category. It's a building with a green light on it. It's currently highlighted in your building menu. So if you build one of those, you are going to get processing power to support 4 more towers. It's our way of introducing population cap.
I see. So how do I use these portals? Probably there was a icon that told me.
You just press tab to open up a map, and you are going to see all the portals that are available. You just click on it, and you get teleported. You don't have to stand on a portal to use it, which is very cool. You can be anywhere and just teleport to any place where you have a portal standing.
That gives for very fast-paced, in and out kind of maneuver. Like boom.
Yes,
over
and
here.
if you are getting attacked for example, from a couple of sides at once, it allows you to quickly switch to the side that needs more help from you.
That is freaking cool. Well, basically that portal down here is not needed. Hello there. Oh, I love this. Oops, wrong button. Look at that carnage! Hey, big boys. So it is even, I would call it even art. I mean, it's complete gore and brutal as hell, but this is art. What's happening here? Oh, the poor little fellas. Do they remain forever? Like, or do they get eaten by these bugs?
No. They in order to save performance, we need to destroy corpses in some way, and those bugs are going to take care of them pretty quickly.
But you implement it in that way, and oh my goodness, hello there. A way for I don't know, organically taking care of bodies.
It's you know, it's of course it's just a clever trick, because those bugs really do not have anything to do with the corpses disappearing, but we fake it in such a way that it looks natural, and the result is pretty satisfying.
Oh, it is. It is. So, how do we get on with ironium? So, in order to get more ironium, you are going to have to find a deposit, and I can tell you that you will find that deposit if you go a bit to the west of where you are now, northwest, I would say. Northwest
there are
it
some
is.
deposits over there.
Also, the AI said something about storage for our carbonium.
Yes, you can build more storage buildings, and they are in the resource tab. That's the third one. And it's the last building. Yeah, it will increase your storage capacity for carbonium and other solid resources.
Off you go. Okay. Northwest, you said?
Northeast. I'm sorry, northeast.
Northeast.
I always get east and west mixed up. It's it happens on my stream as well. I stream the game twice a week to just be in touch with the community, and it always happens. I always mix these up.
The monkey sounds freak me out.
Monkey sounds.
Or at least, I don't know, it sounded like for me, like, kind of monkey-ish.
Yeah, there are a lot of creatures, and all of them have their unique unique noises that they make, and getting used to them can be a little tricky at first. You know, you always feel threatened by them.
Oh, I'm
But-
super on edge, like my spider senses are on 200. Hello there. Whoa.
That's exactly where we need to go. That desert kind of place is where you are going to find ironium.
But oh, the plants are keeping. Does the fire extend on the plants themselves?
Yes. All the plants that are set on fire have a chance to set other plants on fire. The fire can spread. And also, creatures that are on fire, that you set on fire, if they run through vegetation, they have a chance to set that vegetation on fire as well. Our
This is such a cool feature.
our VFX guy is a pyromaniac, like a literal pyromaniac, and he just loves seeing fire everywhere. So this is his way of artistic expression.
So now we're looking for deposits over here. Hello there, big guys. Oh, this is new. Ultimate carnage! Can you, when you upgrade your smack and whatnot, do you visually also start looking different? Do you have another blade or something like that?
Unfortunately, not at the time, but we are planning to introduce this feature because, oh yeah, that's where you're going to find the ironium. Exactly, there to the right.
Oh, there it is.
So, when we add multiplayer, it's going to be very important for us to add layers of customization, because players want to express themselves. They don't want to look like a copy of each other, you know. Even though you are the same mech, you want to look a bit different. So there are a couple of skins already that you can use. You earn them in-game. They change the way your mech looks, but it doesn't add any elements to the armor, which is something that we are going to change. We have already started we've already started doing some preparations to add elements to the armor. So, for example, if you install a new armor upgrade on yourself, well, then we are going to have a visual representation of that on your Mechsuit.
Okay. We'll go build those. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then also 1, 2. Is there a certain pattern on how you should place them, or is it as long as they hit the green thing, it's okay?
As long as it hits the green thing, it's okay. They are just going to use up all the resources that are underneath the factory. So if it's placed on just, for example, 1 square of carbonium, then it's going to run out pretty quickly, and you're going to have to sell the building pretty quickly. But in general, it's best to exploit the deposits very quickly, build as many factories as you can. So the way you're doing it is the optimal way.
Here. So, no, that's the storage room.
Yeah, you're going to need a lot of these to power all these factories. But you have a lot of space and a lot of carbonium, so that shouldn't be an issue.
Some buildings don't have enough power.
Yeah.
And by the way, since you already encouraged people to ask questions, I'm just going to chime in and say that, you know, we are a real indie company, as in we don't have clear specializations. Of course, we have graphic designers, we have programmers, and we have people who do game design. But in reality, everybody does a little bit of everything. So my main job is doing the community management, marketing, doing everything when it comes to social media and posting on Steam, posting on other platforms and maintaining contact. But if there is a need, I also can do audio, I also can do testing, and we exchange our responsibilities a lot among each other to support each other and, you know, fill the quota when it's needed. If we need more manpower on testing, everybody becomes a tester. So if you want to know more about how such a company operates, well then I can give you a lot of answers. And I think it's pretty interesting because we also have our own engine, which is not something that most companies do at this time. And I can tell you why you shouldn't do it the way we do it.
Why shouldn't do? I love it.
Yeah, it's a very bad idea. We love it because it's our own tech. We can always implement new features, and if something doesn't work, then you know that the person responsible for that is, you know, maybe 1 or 2 meters away from you. You take something heavy, you throw it at them, and it's going to get fixed eventually. But in the age of such great ready-made solutions like Unity or Unreal, there is really no reason to not to use them. We just stick with it because that's what we've been doing for the past couple of years.
And it will produce more ammunition for your guns.
I
Yes,
hear ya.
that is an important
So now
building.
I see an attack is coming in.
We can now use it to craft new items. It will also
And I don't know if it's the attack that's going to come after this area, or your main base, but I think it's about the main base, so yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens, exactly. I'm totally not slightly terrified.
You can place a portal here to be able to just quickly come back
Heading towards that position.
at any point.
Prepare to fight.
We're ready for them, Mr. Riggs. Remember to use repair kits if necessary.
Definitely, we're gonna use repair kits if necessary. Give me their
Base is
connection.
under attack.
I see you're getting attacked on the other side, so that's where you should focus. It's just lightweights at the moment.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not detecting any more hostile creatures in the base's vicinity.
So that's just, you know, a taste. You know, that's just a little bit of what's coming.
Prepare you for intense combat situations.
And what is coming are much bigger attacks.
Based on our long
Oh, yeah.
scans of Galatea 37.
I can only
They may or may not
imagine.
be accurate. You will be alone out there. There will be no communication back home until you can stabilize a rift portal back to Earth. You will have to rely only on your skills and your Mechsuit.
Mr. Riggs is the only companion that I need. We can handle the unknown. Just let us do our job.
Mr. Riggs. Cute. I guess Mr. Riggs is the suit, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, look at that. We have enough power up here.
Ashley,
It's super
we should
clouded.
secure and expand our base. You can build more defenses.
It's close,
or
but
go out and clear out
yeah, you're
hostile
doing well.
creatures' nests to prevent further attacks.
We didn't have any time
Oh,
to study the
creatures'
creatures that are
nests
attacking us.
now, okay.
The only thing we can do right now is to fight them or strengthen our defenses. We'll need a steel factory to build more towers. We'll have to find an ore deposit to build one.
A steel factory. So, let's hop back in here. Let's just, for the sake of showing it, build an carbonium power plant.
Yes,
Down
the game
here.
actually expects you to get a carbonium power plant because we've done of the objectives a little out of order, but I see that you're doing really well, so you don't need to stick to the order that we designed. We wanted players to power that Ironium mining facility with carbonium power plants, so that's what the objective wants you to do. That's why you have it on your HUD.
Oh, I see, I see. That's what's popping up. Well, let's store some more energy itself, and then... oh, it wants more even. I see. Give me more of these. Please. Wow. Wow. I'm just here sitting with my mouth open. Luckily the camera is not on. Because I'm just like, this is feeling so cool.
Yeah, we like our graphical novelties. Oh, you found the secret.
Kill it before it kills us. We'll finish researching it in the lab.
Oh.
Don't worry, it's totally killable. You can, if you just shoot enough rockets at it, it's going to die.
Coming from a nearby nest.
Base is under attack.
Oh, my base is also under attack.
It's probably just a couple of creatures that came from the aggro that resulted from attacking this
There we
big
go.
one.
I wonder what made it so aggressive.
Yeah, and you have a lot of
Maybe we
loot
can learn
that you can
something
collect
important
thanks to
after
that.
researching
You
it
know,
in the
some
lab.
resources. And some weapon mods, because if you open your inventory with the I button, you will see that you can install mods in some of your weapons, the weapons of higher quality. Like, for example, on the left-hand side, you have a sword and a blaster, and the blaster has slots for 3 mods, and you can change the weapon using some mods that you found.
Oh. I see, I see. I like the flamethrower. What kind of mod do I have for that? Nothing. Does it highlight somewhere if I have mods for it or not?
It doesn't. It doesn't, but if you click on the slot of the weapon, it will automatically show all the mods that are compatible with that weapon.
Damage over time.
So, for example, for the flamethrower, you usually have mods like ammo cost reduction and the range. While for other weapons, it might be something that's more... just double-click one. Yeah, and it's installed.
Can I
For other
take it
weapons,
away?
it's more
and
like
then...
projectiles. Yes, you can reuse mods in other weapons too.
Oh. Love when it's max charged. I mean, nothing I can do with it right now, but...
I see you're a little bit damaged. The repair kits are under number 1 hotkey.
Yeah, we go.
Carbonium storage is full. Build more storage facilities.
Oh, the poison is pretty strong.
It is, yes. In general, we want the mods to be reasonably powerful so that people have an actual reason to install them, because if it was just, you know, one additional point of damage, then nobody would even bother. But the mods are getting a rework soon, because we are currently not very happy with how clear the system is, and we are going to be introducing some changes to make it a little more intuitive.
Okay. I like also the physics that you've created here, as they are stumbling over each other, and as they die, I can see them like fall over.
That's basically the advantage of working with your own engine. You can mix and match the elements that you really enjoy, and physics is something that we've been working a lot with in our previous game, Export Defense, and this is just sort of inherited all the benefits that of the work that we've done for that other game. We are suckers for novelties, and we always want to introduce cool new technologies into the game. So at the moment, a couple of months ago, we have introduced ray tracing effects. So we have ray traced shadows and ray traced ambient occlusion in the game. Currently, we are working on adding reflections and some other graphical, you know, novelties that might make it look even more lively and even better.
I mean, it looks already freaking amazing, and I'm not exaggerating.
Thank you, thank you.
So I think, in terms of our economy, I think we're pretty good. Is there anything that I can build that upgrades us, per se? Like, I don't know.
I think that you're going to benefit the most if you complete that that objective that you have in the top left corner. So build a carbonium power plant. It's not here in the other outpost. If you just sell a couple of carbonium factories and build a carbonium power plant there, then you will move the Prologue forward, and it will give you some cool stuff to do.
You mean this year?
No. At the Ironium outpost in the desert. Yeah, just sell a couple of carbonium factories, or just one, and build a carbonium power plant here. And that will move things forward.
Okay, Mr. Riggs, we've got steel production up and running.
Ashley, I would strongly advise you to place a rift portal near this factory.
So now this outpost is going to come under attack, I think, if I remember correctly, and you also have the objective to destroy another nest that is marked on your mini-map. It's in the jungle region of this map.
Sentinel towers are ready. They should be able to fend off small groups of attackers.
Select any of the available rift portals to instantly teleport to that location. Traveling through rifts is almost instant and doesn't consume any resources.
Okay, we know that already. Hello there. I'm happy to hear that chat is also super happy about how the game plays.
Heading towards our new mining outpost.
If you want to try the game yourself, there is a free prologue, exactly the thing that we are playing at the moment on Steam, and the game is also available on Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, you can just download it and jump straight into the action.
Oh my goodness. Look at this carnage.
Ashley, we've defended the mining base, but I'm sensing another attack heading towards our headquarters. We should return there quickly.
And apart from Steam and Game Pass, the game is also available on GOG, Epic, and on consoles, PS5 and Xbox Series X.
I actually feel sorry for these aliens here getting burned. Oh,
Storage
oh.
is full. We should construct more storage buildings.
You have to get rid of those human weak feelings like being sorry for something. They are not sorry for you.
Human and weak feelings. Lovely.
You are the apex predator here. Show them. Show them what you've got. And what you've got is superior firepower.
Should I build more ammo deposits for quicker ammo creation?
Trilly, you're going to be fine. I mean, you can, but I think you're going to do just fine. It's this one objective and just one more thing that's coming after we are done with this.
Oh my god.
Warning. Hostile creatures...
Air humidity is rising. It's going to rain in a moment.
Raining now we're gonna see, okay.
Yes, and rain is going to shut down all the solar panels that you have and boost the power production of wind turbines.
Oh god, I
You
just
can
see it.
see
It goes up 500%, 400%.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, you guys get here another turret. There you go, have fun. Did I repair it down there? I did.
Yep.
Let's have one more. There we go. So, let's go for...
If you open your
Dungeons.
minimap again, you will see that you have a giant a green triangle. It's the place that you last teleported from. It allows you to quickly access the place that you've been to before, and if you need to jump back to headquarters, you don't have to make the same trip twice.
What's this?
This shouldn't be here. It's an error in the simulation's construct. This environment has been created by combining long-distance quantum scans of Galatea 37 and other known planets that share similar properties. Gathering all of this data has taken many years, and we were only able to scan a small fraction of the planet.
It's enough
Oh,
to
so
know
this
that
is just a
it's surviving.
simulation?
I can't wait to meet
Yes,
the
this is your
Everything's
training
going to be
simulation
new there
before
and
the real
carefully studied and
jump.
explored.
And waiting to
Eggs! Oh my god!
Let's not get dramatic, Mr. Riggs. A 5 meters tall Mechsuit with miniguns and power blades should be enough to fend off a few hungry creatures. There's more than a single species of creatures around this nest. We should be careful. The rain is over.
Get bombarded, little. Oh my god. Oh, I can only tell you, you feel like a freaking badass cyborg maniac who just destroys and obliterates all these little jerklings running around and stomping them into the ground. It is so satisfying.
Exactly, because sometimes after a hard day at work, you just need to feel like a superhero. And that's exactly what we're going for.
And last cut. Bam.
It destroyed the nest. Even though there were multiple species of creatures around here, they appeared as if all of them were working together against us.
I wonder if that's just a part of the simulation, or if the Galatian creatures are really going to be that smart. That
Yeah,
would make
pretty much
studying them
everything is
much more
destructible.
interesting.
And if you can't
And
destroy
much
something, it just
more
means that you're not
dangerous.
using enough rockets.
Looks like we've cleared them out. Let's hope this will give us some time to build up our base.
So let's get a good.
Neutralized. I've detected an unusually large creature roaming the nearby area.
Sounds like an interesting research specimen. We should
Bring
go to
it.
its location and see what we can learn.
Oh my god, Balrog!
Warning.
I see that you're running without ray tracing. Maybe you should try some ray tracing, huh?
Showing up on my seismic
Because I see
that's-
that the
It's much bigger than anything we've seen before.
I see
Gladly,
that the
we can try.
shadows that the creature was casting were not ray traced, and with ray tracing it gets a lot better. Yep, ray traced shadows. It's not very taxing for the GPU, so you'll be fine with 2080 Ti, definitely, and ambient occlusion as well.
Question is if
Yep.
the stream will handle it, but we'll see in a bit if anybody complains in
It'll
chat.
be fine. I used to stream the game using ray tracing on a 2080 Ti without any issues. You'll
We
be
don't have
fine.
much time. We have to set up as many defensive towers as we can.
Are you going to see a
Also
lot
remember to
more
build up more walls and lay all the mines
interesting
that we can.
things happen? For example, when you teleport, this light is now casting shadows, and it just gives the teleport ability a little bit more of a visual flair. And we are going to have an attack soon, so in general, more walls, more AI cores, more towers. Your economy is doing great, so you should have no problems handling it. Plus, if you press, I think it's the U key on the keyboard, I think you can craft some more weapons. Exactly. And here you have a couple of recipes that you can craft, for example, the shotgun. So, shotgun is pretty powerful, and it will help you deal with whatever's coming. You can go to inventory and equip it.
Just checking here, standard. Then we have also.
Yeah,
the
you're
small
going to get a
machine
lot
gun.
more things to craft in the survival mode later on.
I see, I see. Then we want to go into the inventory and put in here
Yeah.
the shotgun.
Just double click and yep. And there we
Can
go.
I take those mods off, or are they? stuck
You
with them?
can take them off. Just press unequip, and it will take that mod off.
Okay.
Only the weapons of higher quality have mod slots. So, for example, the shotgun that we've just created is a basic weapon. It doesn't have any
Oh, I
slots
see. I
available.
see on the color there.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm curious to see how this attack will end here. 1, 2. Some course. Electricity. Okay. Another tower. How much time we get left? 3 minutes.
Plenty of time. You'll be fine.
Good.
I can sense the hostile swarm moving closer towards our base.
That
This
means
attack
it's...
is going to be much bigger than anything that we've seen before.
This
time, Mr. Riggs.
factory has
We can set up
depleted
multiple
all the resources
pillars of
underneath, so
walls
it's not
around
no
our base
not
and
no
place as many
longer
defensive
working.
towers
You
as
can
we
sell
can.
it and build
You can
another
also
one
use your
just
drill to
next to
excavate
it so that it
additional
can
resources if our factories are producing
keep
them too slow.
generating resources for you.
Captain Novak, you're not the only candidate for the mission to Galatea 37. You'd better up those combat statistics if you want to qualify for that jump. We're investing too many resources into this mission just to send a scientist that's going to be eaten by a pack of angry animals. Show us that you can survive out there.
Wow. Somebody is very
Yes, sir.
trustful in our skills.
Weather conditions are changing. Wind speed is increasing.
I like that. Give me more wind speed. Okay.
These strong winds can make our life easier. Wind turbines are spinning like crazy.
I guess that wind speed is programmed here for the attack. To be a little bit more easier. Or
It is, but all the other effects that happen during the game, I mean, not all the other, but most of them that happen randomly during the campaign mode or survival, they are not pre-programmed. However, there is a way you can influence them, and that's through our chat integration, because if you stream the game, you can connect it to your Twitch account, and then the viewers are going to get a chance to influence what happens in the game a couple of times every minute.
what? Okay, we're gonna do that.
Every couple of minutes, and for example, they can send stronger attacks at you, or they can give you bonus resources, or send a meteor shower your way. So there is a lot of interactivity going there.
Let's check out this shotgun. Ooh, nice. Zergling in chat. You can't stop the swarm. I shall show you.
Bring it. I say bring it.
So I'm gonna bring it. Here.
The wind is calming down. Wind turbine power output is coming back to normal.
Warning! The alien swarm is approaching. Shields
course.
enabled. Maximizing power output.
This is it, Mr. Riggs. Ready your guns. Let's show them what we can do.
Okay, I'm super curious how crazy this swarm is gonna be.
Base is under attack.
Oh my goodness.
There is a breach in our walls.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Base is under attack.
Eat shotgun power.
Ashley, we've defeated the first attack. Quickly, prepare whatever you can.
Good job. Good job.
Should be more
See, I told you you're going to be fine.
This
Oh
attack
my
was
god,
a
look at
lot
all this
stronger.
carnage.
I don't don't know if we can hold out much longer. Wild animals don't behave like that. They shouldn't act like a sentient army.
If the devs of Starship Troopers RTS are looking, this is what you need on your game.
Life forms. Do not assume that you know what kind of dangers might be lurking there. Your primary objective is to survive. If something is trying to kill you, it doesn't matter if it's sentient or not. Adapt or die.
Warning. More enemies are heading towards our base.
Things are escalating quickly. We have to gear up before the second wave hits our walls. Let's show them who they're dealing with.
Okay, we got a good base here. Let's hop into the survival mode really quickly.
No. Just wait, just wait. It's getting to the culmination point.
Oh, I see.
So, yeah, you can build more towers. Another layer of walls would also be a good idea, I think. Because you're going to have a lot of things to deal with in a second.
Oh, gods.
I was saying that you're going to do fine with that attack. Not so sure about this one.
Are they turning around normally, or did I place them wrong?
Yes. No. They have a 360 no-scope field of vision.
Oh boy.
Oh, now you're going to see the ray traced effects from this. Ha!
Oh, so
Much
nice.
better. Much better. Yes.
Oh, it just went dark for a second because it was covering the sun. Oh, that was nice.
Yep. And for that split second, the solar panels also stop working, so it's all calculated. How much time have we got left? About 40 seconds, do I see correct? Or... because it's a bit blurry on my end.
It is 8 seconds.
Oh, 8 seconds, even better.
I'm disabling all secondary systems and diverting all power to your guns. It's either us or them. Base is under attack.
Tower
Oh god.
destroyed.
Oh god!
One of our walls has been destroyed. One of our buildings has been destroyed.
One of our energy connectors has been destroyed.
What the?
Wall destroyed.
One of our buildings has been destroyed. A portal has been destroyed.
One of our energy connectors has been destroyed. Tower destroyed. Base is under attack.
What the hell? Look at that!
This is more representative of what real attacks look like.
We're pulling you out, Captain Novak. You weren't meant to survive this final attack wave. It should serve as a reminder that you should never underestimate the threat that you may be dealing with. Even if you think you
No! Let me hear! I wanna
This
fight!
training session was satisfactory. You can start preparing for your trip to Galatea 37. Congratulations, Novak.
Wow. He's wrapped some weapon, they killed me, I see.
Yeah.
That
So-
was insane.
And that was just the introduction. Things escalate quickly.
That was insane. Wow. Okay. Let's have a look at the survival. Tropical zone. Okay, so you have to unlock them, in a sense.
Yes, if you complete the tropical zone, you get access to acidic plains, and then if you complete acidic plains, you go to radioactive desert. Hardcore mode is only one death,
I'll do that.
so I do not recommend hardcore mode for the first time.
Oh god, we're gonna play in hardcore mode on normal, and we have like half an hour to go. then sadly our time is up. But let's hit it also on streaming.
Yeah. So. Get the token. It will open the authorization app. You simply connect it to your profile, and then you get the token.
Status
And
connected.
it should say it in your chat that interactive streaming session is live.
Yes.
So then it means we're all good.
Oh god,
I'm
this
just
will
gonna
get terrible
jump.
now. Chat will always probably... Yeah.
I just wanted to jump into the chat as well because I want to vote too.
Should try the Metallic Valley. It's unlocked. It's not unlocked yet.
Yeah, and please don't. It's terribly difficult.
Okay, permadeath. One life. Here we go.
Sensors online, weapons activated. We're ready to go.
And you know, the idea is pretty much the same. Establish a base and don't get killed. This is a good spot for a base. You have carbonium, you have ironium. You're already on max, so you can build a headquarters and start getting everything ready. Just watch out because there are some creatures around, and if they destroyed your headquarters while it was building, you would lose the resources. Do not recommend.
Oh, I see. So we want... Wow, way more buildings now.
I'm sure that our presence will not.
Yes, there are way more buildings in the survival mode.
Standard protocol advises to set up walls and sentinel towers around the base. We aren't sure what to expect here.
Oh. But I know what to expect here. Terrible things.
In general, yes. Just make sure to get the basics. So, a couple of solar panels, a couple of wind turbines, some energy storage, and you'll be fine. The attacks are going to come in some intervals. The first one is 5 minutes from the start. Then it's 7 minutes. It's another wave every 7 minutes.
Okay.
And
plus chat integration that go crazy.
Yeah. It can go sideways pretty quickly.
Let's go. Let's start the production here. Bring up the energy.
Yeah, solar panels are really good, but they only work during the day, so it's best to use them in combination with energy storage.
Not enough carbonium.
Okay. And we have pipelines to transport liquids and gases. Okay, so there's a lot of more resources.
Oh yes. There are plenty more resources, including some rare ones and not so rare ones. So you can get access to like palladium, uranium, and titanium and cobalt that allow you to get some more advanced buildings and more advanced weapons. And then you have a couple of rare minerals. Oh god, this is so difficult to say. Rare minerals. Minerals, yes. Like hazenite, tanzanite, and they allow you to build the highest tiers of weapons and upgrades.
So let's have another one of these. What is this? Liquid pump. Pump liquids, okay. Bring it. And of course we're gonna combine it over here. Get some iranium. start with 1 for now, and then we want also an armory once the uranium goes up. And maybe start having a wall around might be also not a bad idea.
Technically, yes. You are figuring it out very well.
Just gonna tag along in the mining process, and sun is going down and my energy is also going down. Explode you.
Not enough carbonium.
Of the iron ore is sucking hard on our energy.
So at one point in the campaign, you need to power up the rift station that will take you back home, and one of the requirements to power that up is having 1 million energy stored just for the startup charge, and then it consumes 10,000 energy per second. So that kind of shows you how big of an infrastructure you need to set up in the campaign.
Z is for power connectors. Thank you, chat. Crystals, no, co-op is not available yet. I see co-op is the most asked feature.
It is. On Friday, we launched a suggestion board on the feature upvote platform. It's a platform where you can add your ideas and suggestions as topics, and people upvote them so that the best ideas float to the top. And co-op is #1 most requested feature. We're working on it, I swear!
Detecting a large group of creatures heading towards our position. It looks like our presence is being noticed.
We have to assume we're not welcome here. Remember to use repair kits if necessary.
Oh, we're definitely gonna use repair kits if necessary.
Alright, and that means the first attack is coming. And so does our first vote, chat. So, you are going to see some options in the top left corner of the screen. Choose one. Exclamation point A, exclamation point B, exclamation point C, D, E, or F. And the one that gets the most votes is going to, well, take place in Cormac's game. So, I am voting C. Oh, I just remembered, you need to use capital letters. So, capital letters, vote C, stronger upcoming attack.
Wow.
And the votes are coming in.
Strong upcoming attack. And they're all coming from the south.
We gotta give him the traditional Riftbreaker welcome. Exactly, Viper, exactly.
Oh gods. Oh gods. Oh, they have their names from chat!
Exactly, yes, that's the best part.
One of our walls is being destroyed.
Oh my god! Oh, this is hilarious. No!
It also encourages viewers to vote for boss attack, because then one of the people who voted for the boss attack gets their name on the boss. So, you know, you always want to be the one who kills the streamer.
Weapon drops.
One actually fantastic improvement and somewhere named Zergling. Well, that's our dear friend Zergling here, being with the channel from the very beginning. Wow, that was amazing. That was amazing. What an what an experience. Thank you kindly, Piotr, for letting me have a look at.
You're welcome.
Wow. I'm impressed. I'm impressed how well it is crafted, how good the synergy is, how good it plays. I even think, as you said, that you're working on Stream Deck. I think even for analog sticks, it's super easy to play. All the shortcuts and playing, it's just fast. It works. And it's fun. It's so fun. You're just like you feel like a freaking mechanoid super god who just stomps over everything. And as I said, I think it's nothing better than after a hard day of work, you just come home, put on the Mechsuit, and just go in for an hour of destruction and try your best to survive on or challenge yourself.
Basically,
or play the
yes.
campaign.
Basically, yes.
Oh.
So when it comes to analog sticks, we in general like a lot twin stick shooters. So on the gamepad, it controls just like a twin stick shooter. Right stick is for movement, left stick is for aiming, and you just go wherever you want. Building is a little more tricky on the gamepad, but it's also doable.
Is like Steam Deck on something touch screen supportable? Like when you build and you do the draw with the fingers?
I don't think that we have touchscreen support for Steam Deck. But it could certainly be doable, but I don't think that we've tested it.
Well, there's great things to come. They are working on co-op for those watching and super interested in co-op and all the questions about co-op. And I will bring this back on the show. I'll bring this back on the show just for the sake of fun, having fun with the votes going on and stuff like that.
Yeah, please do. And when you do come over to our Discord, discord.gg/extrastudios, and tag along some people from our Discord, they will certainly help you with a lot of votes.
Yeah, help me die quicker probably. But yeah, definitely shoot me the information over so I can also put them then in the video description. All the infos that you need towards Steam, Discord, their Twitter, etc. will be available in the VOD. Thanks a lot, Piotr, and have a wonderful.
It was a pleasure.
Night.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye, everyone.